was?
It's always been here. Oh, there's another shop. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Galita.
Yes,
Yeah, Galita,
right.
yeah.
That's where you had a shop. That's where we saw you.
Yeah, right. That
And
was.
we lived in California at that point in time. And we, but it's 20 years now.
20?
20, more than 20.
Probably 25.
Yeah.
Possibly 30.
Yeah.
You came to my shop. The last time I saw you was 15 years ago when we just finished our house, and you came over.
Yeah.
You came up with
in the
dungeon
down underneath it.
Well, it's not a dungeon.
You know what?
It's cave.
Man cave.
A man cave. Yeah.
Man cave.
Well, this is a pretty good man cave. I saw a fellow over there working as Brett, I assume.
Yeah, that's Brett. Yeah.
He's
He's working away.
That's good.
Only when it works. I just put out fires. everything that breaks. Every time I got to use something that breaks, I got to use the bandsaw and the blade's been stripped. I got to use the belt sander and it's blunt. I put a new one on and then I go away, for a couple of days. And then I come back. I go to use it again. It's blunt again. Shit.
Is that because Brett's blunting your blades?
Somebody keeps on using it. I got another son over here that works in wood.
Oh.
And every time I come out here, my discs are full of wood chips.
Now that's not so good. That burns then. Then you make dust that burns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't like working with wood. It always splits on you just when you get to the last.
Well, give us a tour of the facility. This is pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, let's come up and we'll start in the office up there.
You had to haul all this stuff up that road?
Oh yeah, and that was before it was blacktop. I mean, we were up here in four-wheel drive for a while. It was
When did you buy this property?
1980.
Yeah, that's a good piece of.
Well, I bought 188 acres. In 1980, and I sold 48 acres for about 10 years, and then I just sold 3 years ago. I sold 120 acres, and I got 20 left.
Okay, but that's manageable.
Oh yeah, it's all you need, I mean, I got the shop on here. My other son's got a place over there. I'm building. I hope I live long enough to build a house up on top of the hill. I think we'll take you up.
Well, you look like you're doing pretty damn good.
Well, yeah, I just had what slowed me up the last couple of years. I had a couple of knees replaced. 1 year, one knee, and then the next year, the next knee, and then I had I crashed in the sprint car.
Oh, perfect. Age and decrepitude is going to catch up.
Mini stroke.
Oh no!
Hit the bloody wall, end over end, and woke up. And I said, "Oh, I'm okay." So anyway, they said you better go to the hospital. I said, "Well, no, I'm okay," And then I thought about that girl Stevenson, that was skiing. They hit her head, and the next 3 days she died.
She was dead.
I thought I better go and have her checked out. So I went in there and they said, "Oh, you've got a heart of a 20-year-old." No problem. And so he sent me home and he said, "We got to come back in 2 weeks and have those electronic things put in your head, you see." So when I come back, I'm lifting a palm tree up there, and every time I lift, I get a chest pain.
That's not a good
I
idea.
said to him, "You better have a look." He said, "We'll put you on the treadmill." I lasted a minute, got another chest pain. So he says, "You don't go home in that with a quadruple bypass." Just so these things sort of slow you up a bit. But luckily, everything I've had, they've been able to fix. So that's just good.
Well, you look pretty damn good.
Oh, I'm doing all right.
You're doing great.
Exercise and ride the bike. I ride my bike to nowhere every morning for 20 minutes,
Right.
And,
Well, this is a great shop. Whose car am I looking at there?
Well, this is the only one I built. It was what we call the lightweight model. It's 300 pounds lighter than all the others. The only one we did was hand-laid fiberglass. And everything is lighter, I mean, instead of making the door rings out of 2x4 eighth wall,
Yes.
I made them out of two pieces of 2x2 1/16 wall, so you get double thickness, but lighter.
Yes.
And then the differential plate underneath. I mean, it drilled all that, got 6 pounds out.
So
of
it looks
that.
cool too.
Just little bits and pieces here and there. But I ended up, I had it we raced it once, Brett raced it out at, where was it, somewhere, I was doing a steeple. Willow Springs, I think, at a run and gun thing, and then we set it up on the shelf. I used to have those shelves over there.
Yes.
They were 5 high. I cut them in half to put them underneath there, but we had 5 cars stacked on there. It set up there for 15 years and I never used it. So then when I started doing the work here, I traded it for a road and some dirt work. And so then So he's had it for a couple of years, and he just brought it back to me. I've got to take a little bit of play out of the rear hubs. There's a little bit too much in play in the
Yes.
bearings and the wheel bearings, so I got to do that for him.
Cool.
And,
Too. But that's got a solid axle, yes?
no,
It's IRS?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Jaguar yet?
Jag
You were into Jag, yes.
Yeah, and it's got the MG front end modified with
Yes.
doublers on
It's
it.
got the Butler. It's got the Butler front end. Yep. I remember those.
It's a nice car. It's, look at the hood. It's simple. It's made the way that they were back in the 60s. Just the motor set back 10 inches
Yep.
from.
So does mine. Yep. That's a nice
We
motor.
made that piece on a CNC. with
Not so bad,
you
yeah.
know, just milled it out CNC, and I made the bottom half bent it up out of aluminum, and then
Yeah, you're
put
not.
in the nice reservoirs over here.
Yeah, that's a good place
Just,
for
you
him.
know, just-
It's a good job.
Simple things.
Yes.
And,
Very.
it's a good thing.
Yeah.
We trunk lid, all the trunk lids and the hinges are all
Yep.
chrome.
Oh my! Look at
It's
this.
pretty nice.
Yeah, there's your bludgeon for the
Yeah, right,
for the
knock off.
spinners.
Like a hammer. A couple of fire extinguishers on it. And it's got wider tails, made by, I forget the name of the guy, down in Torrance. He made those wheels for it.
Yeah, they're nice looking.
You know.
They're one piece,
Well,
or are they
No.
two?
two pieces. This piece is cast with the original shape on it, and then these are rolled,
Yes.
and then they're welded in on the back.
Yes. Yes. Those are different than the ones that I made.
Yeah, they're different.
They're a different pattern. I
Yep.
see.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that the GT40 pattern? I'm not sure. And then these are these are made the same way.
It's close to the GT40. They have
Yeah.
the bigger holes in them, but it doesn't have enough. Yeah, it is. It's got the flat here. That's
Yeah.
the GT40.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
it
what
is.
I thought.
Yep.
And then I made another way we lightened. I made all the whole front spindles out of aluminum.
Yes, I remember. Didn't I make them for you for this car?
You might have. I don't remember anymore. Half the shit
Yeah,
you used to do.
I made a set of
Did you?
75 billets for you.
Yeah.
This is the car
Well,
for
you
'em.
made them.
I
Well,
did.
there you go.
They
And
still
work.
frickin' work.
They
Good
still work.
grief!
Well,
Can
we
you
were
believe
worried.
that shit?
I was worried with somebody making that stuff, if it
Yeah.
could break.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I made them.
God, amazing.
It's an amazing thing.
And I've bought a few more machines. I bought this thing here just recently. I actually traded it in on a whole bunch of shit I had that I never used, but that's a hell of a saw, man. You can set the thing up to the job number that you want. You put in job number, and then you put in the quantity you want. Then you put in how long you want them and how many
Here.
pieces you want. Push the button.
Take a picture of
and
me
it
with
just,
Butler.
feeds it through.
Yeah.
chops
Now I'm
them
going to
off.
prove something here.
Yeah.
For everybody to know, I'm here with Butler, and that's cool. There you go.
Yeah, so that, and then I got myself
A nice looking shear. Yeah.
8-foot 1/4 inch steel.
I need this saw. Can you send me that saw?
This saw.
Yeah, I need that saw.
I would sell somebody that stuff, but you know what?
As soon as you sell it, you need it.
Exactly.
Of
And
course
that's
I-
the only one I got that actually cuts at 45 degrees.
Oh, shit.
See,
then.
these ones only do straight, 90 degree cut.
Yes, well,
So when we want to cut a big thing like cutting off the bottom of the thing here.
you got to move it over sideways to do it. That's what they're
Yeah,
for.
I move
Watch
it
it.
out though, but I just got forklift holes in it. You just move it out, use it, and put it back.
See?
And then,
Nothing to it.
Then I bought this plane off of
Yep.
George Shaver, like 20 years ago.
Look at the size. Beautiful.
You know.
I know. I know how those work.
Yeah,
And it does work.
yeah, up and down.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. You gotta look at this thing here, man. This is.
Oh, this is tits.
You push this fucking button here.
Oh, yeah.
That is what you want. Say you want something that's 6 inches. 6.25.
Yep.
6.2.
Watch out.
And go to.
Yeah.
And then she goes fast, so it takes up the slop and then comes back. 6.25. Bam.
Eighth, what is it? 3/16? Quarter.
quarter.
Boy, that's a hell of a shear.
Ah, so nice, and it's a good looking piece. Too.
I like it.
Yeah, I do too. And it's rated like 65%. What do you call that? Where you can use it all the time. You know. I mean,
It's got a real good duty cycle.
Duty cycle. Yeah, right. Let me turn the lights on here.
Cool. Are any of these machines from Shelby's?
Oh yeah, love it.
These are the old machines from
Yeah, exactly. This one here, this is the Ventura.
Yeah.
You notice how they're all grey and the maroon. When the guys had nothing to do, they made them paint the equipment. So everything you see this dark red and the grey paint. And then this is the drill press that came from there.
Oh, I remember this from down in Goleta.
Yeah, and they're all threaded.
Yes. Put your fixtures on it.
You can put the drill on one side and tap on the other. And the beauty thing about it is this thing works there, but you've got the adjustment that you can actually go up and down
Yes.
to get it, and you still got this to use, you know, which is nice. And then this mill is the one that Shelby used. It's got a special 4-inch spacer in it,
Yep.
so that when you want to put the engine blocks on the end, they can machine the cam stuff on the
Yep.
end. And this one here is the one that they used to do the cylinder heads on. They had a template, you like them the template, when they put the template on, scribed around it, and then they went round. It was quick, they had quick disconnect stuff on the end. They went round the end, and then you finished it by hand ported it. So that's part of it. All these cabinets, great cabinets are his.
There's a Cadillac lathe. I've never seen a Cadillac lathe.
Yeah, this is another one I bought. I bought that. It's pretty neat. And then this is all the old acetylene bottles that came from Shelby's.
I'll be damned.
This here, this is a slick piece. This is.
Oh man, a finger brake.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Look at the size of the blade.
They're beautiful.
It's made in Australia, in Sydney, Australia, and it's made to bend 1/16 metal.
Oh my
Well, we
God.
bend 3/16.
Of course you do.
You know, I mean, yeah, you know, we push it to the limit.
But it's so stout. This is a
It's
monster.
built like a brick shit house. Even this box here, this thing here weighs 150 pounds,
Yeah.
and it's
The counter
a counterbalance.
Yeah.
I can't even look at it.
Yeah.
Huge. And this is the Beverly here.
Yep.
Came out of Shelby. See the current.
Okay, show that again. Let me see how that works. Yep, there's the Beverly shearing. Very good.
And this is
Oh, watch yourself. For Christ's sake, don't hurt yourself here.
this is the
This is the cooler from Shelby's?
Rigid.
We put beer in here?
Parts cleaner.
This is where we put the beer?
Yeah, this is the strike brake from Shelby, and this one is the finger brake.
I'll be damned.
And then this is the metal rack that came out of Shelby's that we had. I bought that thing for $700, and it was full of metal, and we're still using the metal on it. This is what we got left up here on the pipe.
Let's see, genuine Shelby pipe?
These are genuine Shelby pipes that came from them.
Oh, you need to cut me a small piece of one. Do you have a little drop somewhere? I got to take it home.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Like hell.
Then we made this one against the wall for all like the 1/8, 3/16, quarter, and so on. This, I bought this later, and this over here, you want to go back to them and move this out and I'll show you over.
Be careful. Don't go nuts.
Go through,
Don't, you know, if you die here from a heart attack, I won't forgive myself.
we'll go through there,
Okay.
and I'll show you something.
Oh.
Those are all the boxes that came from Shelby's that went to Le Mans to put all the parts in.
Those are the Le Mans box parts,
Yeah, yeah.
shippers.
Shippers that our toolboxes and stuff like that went in. And then all these cabinets are also his.
I've seen those cabinets in pictures of the shop.
Yeah, see?
Engine shop?
Engine shop, that was the one that was in the engine shop. And then these others were, and then this stuff. Yeah, here, this is the surface plate. That was flown
Oh,
to,
that was
8,000 pound, was flown to France to set the GT40s up on. And then
And they flew it back. That's
Yeah,
stupid.
right,
Do you know that's stupid beyond belief?
Yeah, I know. But Ford Mod kind of had the money, you know. And then This is these things. Steel Turkleson made those.
They're 90s.
1.5 inch steel plate.
Yeah, those are your datums.
With steel slider plates on the bottom, so you didn't scratch up the aluminum. And those were used to sit on the surface plate so that they could set the toe in and bump steer on the thing. You put 2 dial indicators on each side, and then all this other stuff there in the back there. That's all the what do you call it? The trash cans and there was a guy they hired there to sweep the floor, mop the floor.
Let me see the mop. Let me see the five. Is that up there?
Yeah.
The 5-roller
Yeah, you knew
bucket.
about 5 rollers. Yeah. A 5-roller bucket. It's up there in the back. See?
Yes.
Right there, and then this is the Shelby measuring thing. That can come out of the paint shop to
Yeah.
wash your lacquer things on, and this is where the old rags went. And that's a can of oil. I forget the number now, but it was a pop. The pop in the number that was filled with gearboxes on the GT40.
Yeah.
And this is the Shelby Mustang alignment plate that bolts onto the Mustang spindles where you do the bump steer on it. It goes on and on.
It does.
It goes on and on.
This is Shelby's shop.
And then, hi Dan. These are the 2 benches that I've been working on that for 45 years. That's such a neat bench because
It
it's
is.
all solid and you can beat on it. It doesn't
Doesn't do anything.
do anything. And then there's another one in here, in there. That's a 3-foot one. It's a surface plate in the back.
But that came from Shelby's
Yeah,
too.
that came from
A 3. Oh yeah.
This is the toolbox that you see in the pictures at Le Mans with all the same stickers on it. There's a lot of stuff in here.
There's a lot of history here.
Yeah. And then come up over here. This is a brake that Fred just bought.
Uh-huh.
It's a 120 ton, 8 foot or something.
It's more than 8 feet.
I mean,
It's 10 foot.
10 foot, yeah. Yeah, it's 10 foot.
It's
right.
10 foot.
Yeah, the shear's 8 foot. It makes all this sort of stuff on it.
Yes.
It just bends up and fucking tight. I mean, unbelievable.
Yep. It's a good brake.
Here, this is the old original
Pexto. Rotex.
Rotex with the gray and the red paint on it.
That's made in San Leandro, California.
I don't know. Then we go up here with more cabinets.
There's a nice picture of Ron Butler's butt going up the stairs. See, you can still do that.
Yeah. That's the Sun and Hone. Still got the same oil in it that it had when we got it. This is a bloody old Buffalo. It didn't come from Shelby, but I got that later. Guy was throwing it out. He said it wasn't worth anything. I said, "Oh shit, don't throw it away." And then, well, there's the old cherry picker in there.
Yes, that's from the Shelby.
And this is the
Pexto.
Pexto.
Beater.
Beater. And this is the old,
Yeah.
arbor press. And there's more of those boxes, the Shelby boxes that went to Le Mans. This is another solvent tank. These are the things that the rags were put in. And what else? Oh,
And what is this? Did Shelby shit in this bucket?
Yeah, right.
Wow, there could be real Shelby shit left in there.
Yeah, there could be. We better save that, baby. Oh yeah, all these bloody wannabes will be after that.
Yep.
Here's the wagon that Charlie Agapoo made. He put an extra steel doubler underneath and put these big wheels on it, and then used it for putting the motors in and the big transmissions out of the GT40 taken down pit road at the races. That was sitting on the bunch with Shelby stuff in it. I said, "You want to sell that?" He said, "Yeah, how much?" He said, $1. I bought it for $1.
It's worth $1.
Yeah, it's worth $1. And then in here is all these
The drawings.
drawings and stuff. There's all that whole thing is full of Shelby stuff. And then these here, and then the fire extinguishers that went to Le Mans. All this stuff here is the stand that were bolted down to the
surface plate to set the
cars on, so
yes.
it didn't warp when you welded them.
Yes.
You know. Let me turn the light on down here.
Look at this.
And then there's more, I think, underneath.
Oh,
here.
certainly, it's all there.
It's all. See, there's the big drive pulleys, and that was also done by Dunn. And then there's a bunch more stuff.
Here we go. Good grief. Good grief.
Remington.
Yeah.
John, scatter shit did some of this too, you know. But, so these, I've
Scatter
never
shit?
been gone through that. Yeah.
Who's scatter shit?
Scatter shit is
Carol Smith?
Carol Smith. He died of pancreatic cancer. And his wife fell off the fucking balcony. This is, and died well back. This is the front elevation of the Wallace Engineering when we built the
Daytona Coupe.
the Indy car.
Oh, yeah.
The turbine Indy car.
That you had here for a long time.
Well, I had it here for 30 years or something, and then we ended up selling it, and we sold it for, well, what happened was, it was sitting out the back of the shed at 1042 Princeton Drive, and I went to show him, I said, would you sell it to me? And he said, no, I couldn't sell it to you. There was so much controversy over things that they got caught cheating with the thing. So he said, I'll tell you what I'll do, I'll give it to you though, and if you ever sell it, you got to give me half. So I said, well, that sounds good. So I took it and I kept it. The other one, there was two of them. The other one went to, what was the name of that place? Hollywood, Universal Studios.
Mm-hmm.
It sat outside for 10 years in the sun, and it all warped and withered up and rusted away. So he decided one day that he would take it to the auction and sell it. So he said, I'm going to come out and pick up the one I had and take them both to the auction. So he came out there and he changed his mind. He said, well, I'm going to give you 5% of what I made it. You know, I said, well, what happened to the other deal? Well, that doesn't mean anything, you know. So anyway, he took it to the auction and he got 28 grand for it. And he was really disappointed because he's thinking he'd get 100 grand a piece for him. So anyway, so he brought the other one back to me, which surprised me. So then a couple of years later, some guy come in and wanted to buy it. So, and I said, well, what do you pay for it? And he said they'd give 120 grand for it. So I went to Shelby and I said, well, would you be interested in selling it? And I said, would you still honor the deal? We'd get half. And he said, yeah. I said, would you want to handle the sale? He said, no. He said, you do it. So we sold it and I got 60 grand out of it. So it's deal. Anyway, that's
And anyway, that's the story of the Cobra stuff at Ron Butler's shop.
And that's the way it is. Will the Cronkite.